Unpopular opinion, but stop trying to understand people because you never will. You never will fully understand the way that someone perceives life and the events that are unfolding around them because we're all seeing life through the unique perspective, through our own experiences, our own traumas, our own beliefs, our own values that have been shaped since we were little kids, little babies. When we try to understand like why would they have done that or like how could they have done that, we're seeing their actions through the lens of our values and our beliefs, thinking I would never have done that in their position. And the thing is that they're not you. Like, they see life through whatever lens they do. They see life and live life through whatever state of consciousness they're currently at. And it's really frustrating whenever you try to understand, like, why would they do that? Or, like, how could they have done that? Like, I would never do that. And that's the thing, is, like, they are not you. And once you realize that everybody is doing the best they can at their current state of consciousness, everyone is doing what they know is best, even if it may not seem right to you, it's their best at their point in consciousness, at their point in their journey. And when we stop trying to control, like, understanding, like figuring out like why would they do that, how could they do that, we take away the power from the situation, and we just recognize and we can have empathy for the fact that, like, in their shoes I would have chosen differently, in their shoes I would not have done that, but they are their own person, and whether we like it or not, that's their own decision to make. And all we can do is control within ourselves, like, what do we want to do next? Do we want to accept that behavior? Do we want to allow them to continue and existing in the space that is ours? What do we want to do next? Unfortunately, trying to rationalize and make sense of something, even though we think it would make things better, our mind can just race and think of like every possible reason, every possible solution, but the reality is we will never find peace in that. And even if we did figure out their true reason, and they told us why they did something, it may not entirely reflect what is actually under the surface, because people can only recognize what they see at their level of consciousness, and their actions, maybe they say it's because of this, but really we don't know the depth of the surface beneath it, all the events that have shaped them, all the traumas they've gone through, all of the things that led up to the moment of them deciding to take certain actions. So when something unjust happens to you, something unfair, something hurtful, the best we can do is just accept, okay, I can try to empathize and see that at that point, even if it doesn't seem like it for me, they were doing the best they can, and that was the best they can, and that was the best they can do. And for me, all I can do is just decide what I want to do next. Knowing the outcome, knowing what has happened, knowing what has unfolded, I get to then make the next decision and be like, okay, well, how do I want to move forward with this? What boundaries do I want to set? Where do I want to choose differently in tolerating this kind of behavior, forgiving them maybe to set myself free, and then moving on and knowing that I deserve better, or knowing that I can choose differently. We can no longer just accept and try to change what other people are believing, try to convince them that their actions are wrong, because we are all on our own journeys. Everyone has their own past, their own traumas, their own experiences that shape them into the person they are now, and which ultimately lead them into taking the actions that they believe is most right in each moment. And all we can do is come back to ourselves and be there for ourselves, act for ourselves, and just realize with compassion that everybody is doing the best that they can, even if it may not look like it from our perspective and our worldview.